A pivotal move is about to happen in the crypto market in the next 24 hours here. Interesting things panning out across all these charts right now. And we're at the precipice, in my opinion, of a huge move. It is Thursday, February 8th, 7:03 a.m. And this is one of those moves that's a market decider for the next week or two here. So what is happening right now? We have the total crypto market cap right at this horizontal resistance right now. And we have to look at the momentum to see if we have the ability to break up through it. But looking to the left, it's just been touch points in late December and then early January. But we kind of got out of the thick of everything. Right now, we're getting out of the thick of this mess right here and we're breaking above. What I want to see by the end of today, so in 12 hours, since we just had this 12-hour candle close, is if we can press up by the end of today, up above this 786 from the high that we'd set in January to the low we set in January as well too, and hold that support and hold that daily candle close above that level of 1.715 trillion, we could very well be on another rally mode up to the macro 786 of the whole bull market top in 2020, 2021, the bear market bottom of June of 2022. And we have confluence. We have that solid concrete ceiling up there. We have the 1618 breakout extension from this 786. If we can break up above it, hold that support, take out the highs over there. Then we have the 3618 breakout extension from the 786 that we broke back down here back in October. So this is a very critical area where we'd probably gravitate towards, because looking at the Bitcoin chart, it's exactly where we went to back in January for it. We went up to that concrete ceiling. Let's take a look at that. So right exactly up to that concrete ceiling, it was the macro 786. It got a little bit shy below it, but we had, if we kind of turn back the clocks here, you can see that we had that 2618 breakout extension, the medium fib, and we have the target up there. And then let me play it and we'll kind of go back in time a little bit to see it in real time. So bang, we got right up into that concrete ceiling and we didn't even poke our head above it, came right back down. And, we ended up at the 38K region and now we're back up to those levels though. So looking at the crypto total market cap, which takes into account every single crypto, if we're about to pull a Bitcoin across the board, let's go back to it. That would bring us up to that $2 to $2.2 trillion level that we were saying since last year, as far as where it would be likely we'd head up to before getting cautious when we head up to there. So let's take a look at the momentum. On the 12-hour chart, we're doing exactly what we were looking for in the past videos, the past weeks here, is we got above that zero line. It looked like we were going to cross down. We said we couldn't do it. And we said nope, and we crossed up, and now we're going vertical like that. That's what we want to see. We go to the daily chart, we're getting above that zero line in the TSI. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And we have both of the lines getting through, and the MACD's rising green. It's solid. Then we wanted the pink to get above decisively that yellow dash line right there and head up to the red. We're doing that right now, and blue's coming down, and we're seeing the stock RSI at a level that we want to see, and the RSI at above the 50 line, taking out these prior highs. So a lot of things are panning out as we wanted it to, if we wanted to see more upside. So this is all solid right there. That's the 1-day chart. Looking on the 12-hour chart, the pink is probably way over that dash red line. Yeah, well, it's kind of flirting with it, but it's above the stock RSI. And remember, we were saying the 12-hour stock RSI with the cross-ups and cross-downs, and whether it be above the 50 line or below, got above the 50 line, held it, crossed up, and we saw continuation of this move from this little triangle that we were forming. So very solid what we're seeing, and we could have leggies here. And if we go to the weekly chart, what we need to see now is, in the next 24 to 72 hours, a strong move and continuation from this. Because if we do that and close this weekly candle strong, we're, in my opinion, getting ready for a mega move. Because even right now, at this rate and speed of how we're going up, we saw we're curling down and it's starting to say nope. It's starting to say nope. And this on a weekly chart. And just like it said nope on the 12-hour chart back here, I was coming across on and said nope. And we're seeing this pop up like that. We could be doing that on a grander scale here. So this is a big week to know if we're going to end February, heading into the tail end of February with a bang, a nice candle up, to maybe test 50K for Bitcoin, and then for the altcoins really to pick up some momentum here. So let's go to the dollar, see how that's shaping out. Let's go to the 12-hour chart. We found our support. It's starting to roll over, but hey, on the weekly chart, we just got to take a look at the dollar. And if we're crossing up and we end this weekly candle close above this trend line here, then it could get a little, iffy. But right now we're still below this key trend line. We do have the TSI below the zero line on the weekly chart. So what's it to not kind of look like it's going to cross and then actually cross down since it's below that zero line and then head into a meltdown mode? Definitely an option there. So that's what we're going to be watching on the dollar chart, the weekly chart, looking for that cross up, cross down. Bitcoin dominance, we're looking for the 1-day chart to roll over. Right now, it started to look like it was going to, and it said nope. And we're seeing a dark green MACD come in. If we can get a decisive move out of Bitcoin, the altcoins will get a little more comfortable and start to pick up pace and outperform Bitcoin. I do believe that will roll over. So that's what we're looking for Bitcoin dominance. And then others dominance, I believe we're going to maintain in this 7-year, 8-year horizontal support, resistance, now support. I think we're going to hold tight above it. Looking at this chart, it's the stablecoin market caps versus all of the total crypto market cap. We want to see this break down for us to see a rise in the cryptos. And that's what we're seeing at this moment. We're seeing a breakdown from these prior lows. It's likely when we break a 786, we're going to go to the 2618. And it's looking like, we'll come down to there, maybe get hung up for a sec. And then that's going to be the critical moment, because if we break down from there, it's likely we're getting ready for another waterfall to come down, maybe test this trend line like that, right? And we could be ending off February pretty nicely here. So that's definitely a scenario. Or if we come down and we start to kind of revert back up, we'll have to track that in real time as the price data comes in. But then looking at the others market cap, we're taking out that micro 786. So we can say we're likely going to come up to that 2618. So what that's telling me is altcoins could have a nice run to end off this week. And then looking at Bitcoin right now, it's at 44,811, solid daily candle yesterday, a nice one to start off. 12 more hours. If we can end off above 45K, that's solid, but even better, getting above 46.6K, holding as support, maybe kind of going sideways for a sec like this, getting back above this trend line here, and then coming up to test that macro 786. And that's going to be a time to get really, really cautious because it's the macro bull market top high to the bear market bottom. That's the 786 there. That's the big boss. And it's likely we're not going to break it in one go. And it's likely we have these highs, higher highs coming up here. We had these higher lows, but we did deviate. We made a lower low. It's likely maybe we'll come up, we'll make a little higher high, but we'll have bearish divergence forming here on the momentum indicators. And likely at that point will be the moment where we get that momentum to the downside here. And then probably, we have this trend line connecting like that. Bang, that gets us to the lower 30K regions and then blood in the streets. But then it will have a nice solid rebound. And then altcoins are going off crazy. That's how I see it panning out here so far with the data that we got and the probability at this point. XRP, massive, getting a 1-day buy now signal flashing as we speak right here. So if we can end off in 11 hours and 46 minutes with this vertical blue confirmation signal, it's likely, let's kind of measure the time of, if it's kind of like right here, 17 days to 18 days of solid price action. 3 weeks usually is how long an XRP pump lasts. And then it's kind of done for 60 to 90 days. So solid that we're seeing this. Keep in mind, we could have a pop up to 59 to 64 cents. Come back down first, or it could be a pop-up like that, go sideways, and then we could be heading up to newer highs if we see that situation pan out with Bitcoin as well too. So all these things play into each other. So I'm going to be watching like a hawk. I'll be in the Discord, keeping people updated in real time if things start to get really, really spicy, or if things start to, change up. We need to get a little more cautious. But right now, things are looking pretty good on the small to medium timeframes. The macro timeframes are at kind of a critical juncture, and whatever happens on the small to medium timeframes during this week here, time is of the essence. We need to pull up hard and strong so that macro, the weekly charts, can pull up and we can see another leg up in this crypto bull market. So that's going to be it, guys. Join the Discord, link is in the bio. I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.